Hello Aquarius, this is Ashley. We're going to look at mid-September for you. We're going to look at a strength, a challenge, and then the outcome. If this is not your reading, please check your other placements. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus is what I recommend. You can certainly check other placements if you are skilled in your own natal chart placements and you know what those are for you. We're going to do a 9-card spread. We're going to look at some extra details. And we're going to start with some oracle messages here. All right. So in the strength position, we have the storyteller. In the challenge position, we have the white witch. And in the outcome, we have the new dawn. All right. So we have the Fool, the Star, that's you, and the Knight of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Seven of Swords. And we have the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the High Priestess. At the bottom of the deck we have the World, so could be experiencing the end of a long cycle. The World is the last of the major arcana, and so when the World comes through, we are closing out a cycle and beginning a new one. Now we do have the Fool, which starts the cycle over. So you've had something close out in the recent past. Could have been a job, a relationship, perhaps you moved somewhere. But it looks like perhaps you're a little bit guarded against this new beginning. We do have the Ace of Cups. Could be dealing with Aries, Aquarius, Pisces is what's showing up. We do have Swords, Wands, Cups, and Pentacles. So it could be any sign. But your strength here is the storyteller. And what this card talks about, you can see this key here. And so essentially the key to unlocking, there's a keyhole at the center of this book. The key to unlocking our experience is how we tell the story. So it's kind of like what we tell ourselves in our own minds, what we say to others as well. So it's really talking about the power of the word and how we can write a situation, in a positive light or in a negative light, and that is what we'll experience based on, how we're thinking about it. Essentially, it's manifestation energy, and so it looks like the key to unlocking your own story is how you're thinking about things. So, or, the words that you're saying. We have the Fool, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. So it could be feeling a little bit guarded about a new beginning. And it could very well be with an Aries, a Pisces, or another Aquarius. Let's get some extra detail. Could just be afraid to open up with this Four of Pentacles here. Why do we have the Fool? We have the Chariot, so some Cancer energy coming through. And the Four of Cups. And with the Four of Pentacles, we're getting the Two of Swords and the King of Wands. And with the Ace of Cups, we're getting the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So it's interesting, we get the Nine of Cups, which is essentially like your dream come true. And we also have the Storyteller. And so it's like you can write your own dream come true here, if you so choose to do so. I think what your strength is coming through as is, I do feel like there's a new offer, and I do feel like it's coming in with some speed. And I think it would be a positive new beginning with that Chariot there. That's like victory energy. But with the Four of Cups and the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Swords here, it's like you don't want to see it. There's some guarded energy here. Could be a lack of confidence, or just some fears of this new beginning. But this new beginning looks lovely. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, so it's not only love-based, it's also something solid and genuine, and it could very well be your dream come true. I want to get, with that King of Wands there, I almost feel like perhaps you are concerned about nurturing this new beginning. Like, is this something you want to open up to? It feels like something you're probably passionate about. It's just whether or not you want to open up that heart space. You can see how on the Two of Swords in this depiction, she is crossing her arms across her heart, like protecting her heart. So let me get one more on this King of Wands. Here we have the King of Wands here. And we are getting the Seven of Cups. Yeah, so just not sure if this is what you want to choose. And also, potentially, is your passion for this new situation sort of blinding you? You know, like if we get really excited and passionate about something, you know, we can have our logical mind step in and say, whoa, whoa, just because it seems all great, maybe it's not, you know. And so I think the strength for mid-September for you is that you're able to decide, you know, do you want to open up? Do you want a dream come true? Do you want love and genuine stability? There's all this potential here. It's just a matter of you deciding what story you want to tell. So it could be that you do want to tell the story of this could work, I could nurture this, and it could become my dream come true. And really, I'm seeing quite a bit here with this Chariot. And we have the black and white Sphinx, so it's like our light and dark sides. So it's like kind of like which wolf do you feed? Kind of energy as well. And that's really what that oracle card is talking about. It's like, do I feed the positive or do I feed the negative of this situation? So in the challenge position, we have the Star, the Emperor, and the Ten of Wands. And we have the White Witch. And it's talking about being the light. So choosing in the moment to take the high road, to open up and be compassionate when faced with a challenge, to meet anger with kindness. You know, all those lovely things that bestow, or all that wisdom that we possess, but it can be like this challenge to bring that wisdom down and use it in the moment. You see how like this owl has little antlers? So it's kind of like bringing that wisdom down and putting it into use. Like, you may very well know the correct way to handle something. It's just whether or not you can pull it off in the heat of the moment. There's a lot of orange and red going on with this Emperor, and I'm really noticing that. Like, he's standing over this bridge, and it's like all of these buildings below him. So he is the Emperor. He's in charge of his empire. And the way it's coming through, it almost looks like, you know, he has the power to set that on fire if he wants to. But we have the Star here, and we have the Ten of Wands. So there's something, I'm getting both. It's very well, could be that there's some healing that needs to happen, and that's part of the challenge. Because Aquarius, I feel like this is you, and I also feel like this is you. And so it's like, do we heal that inner masculine and kind of put down this burden with the Ten of Wands? Kind of like choosing that high road. How are you going to show up, right? Because in the heat of the moment, if there's conflict or something that challenges you, it can be very easy to resort to less than compassionate ways of handling that, right? We can get angry, we can say things we don't mean, we can say things we do mean, we can, you know, handle it less maturely than the Emperor, right? I mean, he is the divine masculine. He is also in control. Now, on a negative standpoint, he can be too controlling, right? So it could be that part of the challenge here is kind of relinquishing some of that control and recognizing that something about this is part of your destiny, and to stop fighting it and trying to control what happens. Let's see. The Star, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like she has come out in every reading so far. And the Empress. So we now have the Empress and the Emperor. Could be dealing with an ex-wife or a wife. Could also be Capricorn energy coming in. but I feel like part of what this is talking about is just like essentially your destiny is ultimate abundance in every way, shape, and form. If you can step into the light, right? Why do we have the Emperor? The Hermit. And the Emperor. So, Emperor out twice. I think on some level this could be a twin flame situation. Emperor and Empress coming out together. It could also be that you have really gone through the dark night of the soul. You could also be going through the dark night of the soul at this time and looking at that destiny. The star is here with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, and then the star is what is carried in the Hermit's lantern. It'll focus. Is it gonna focus? But it's in the shape of a star. And so it's a matter of you know, accepting that destiny and kind of relinquishing some of that control and stepping into that divine masculine energy that you have discovered as a result of that dark night of the soul, that trip through the mountains in the dark is where that wisdom is going to come from. Why do we have the Ten of Wands? We have the Ten of Cups. And the Six of Pentacles. I really feel like this is just kind of like a battle of head over heart. It's like you could very well see this relationship that we've been talking about. Because I feel like this relationship is the same one that you're trying to decide if you want to rewrite with this new beginning. Because we've already had the cycle close, right? I think you're still in the challenge position. You're like, this could be my absolute happiness or my ultimate burden, right? So it's kind of just looking at it. I mean, it could certainly feel like a burden. It can also feel like the ultimate emotional fulfillment. It's just, which wolf do you feed? You can see he's handing money. He's choosing who gets what. And kind of maintaining a better balance of the two. You know, using the light and the dark side as your ultimate strength rather than the scales tipping too far in one direction, right? Interesting. In the outcome, we have New Dawn. Welcome back. I love this card. Isn't that lovely? It's like stepping through a portal into a new beginning. The sun is coming up. There's like this lush valley. Very nice. Okay, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the High Priestess. I think it's almost like a matter of, do you charge forward into this or do you run the other way? Detail here. We can kind of rush into this situation. Yeah, it's like rush in or rush out energy here. Like, do you trust yourself enough to go for this? Like, which side is going to come out? And with the High Priestess here, like I said, you could be dealing with a Pisces, someone very intuitive, mystical, but she's also representative of, you know, the intuition and kind of like the unknown. You know, with the High Priestess, the sky is the limit. But it can also be like this unknown territory that is like kind of concerning, like kind of freaks people out because it's not something you're going to figure out with the logical mind. It's very intuition based. So let's look. Here we have the Knight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. With the Seven of Swords, we have the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Wands again. With the High Priestess, we're getting the Fool again, so same row, or angle there. And we're getting Temperance. Which to me is just another signifier of twin flame. But it's also kind of it's like starting something new with this High Priestess energy, taking that leap of faith into the unknown, but integrating as you go along, like perhaps taking things a bit slowly. With the Knight of Wands, it's like I was saying, you can go forth and put in the work and allow the past to be the past. I mean, because it's done, right? Or you can kind of avoid the truth and be in this burdened energy. So it's really kind of just deciding, how do you want to paint this? How do you want to tell the story? Now, it could very well be that there was some sneaky behavior in the past, and that in order to have this new beginning, you're going to need to release the burden by speaking the truth, right? So that could be coming into play. It could also be that it would almost have to put, you know, the Knight of Wands can be kind of like this in and out, hot, cold energy, impulsive, fast, really passionate, but also loses interest quickly. And so it's kind of like, do you put an end to any impulsivity that's been going on in order to build this new foundation? With the outcome being a new dawn, I do feel like this is headed in a positive direction. It has all the potential to become something quite amazing. 10 of Cups, the Star, plus the Empress and the Emperor together. And there can be victory here with it. It's just a matter of what story you're going to tell yourself and continue to tell yourself. Because you can choose what side of the coin, what wolf you feed. Whether it's going to be the white witch or the dark witch, right? Like, but there's also like this feeling of surrender here going on with this relationship, relinquishing some of that control, and kind of putting that burden down, because I think attempting to control it is what's causing the 10 of Wands. Attempting to escape the truth is what causes the 10 of Wands. Like, I mean, if this is a twin flame situation, and you know anything about twin flames, and if you don't, certainly go look into it if that is your situation. But it's all surrender, 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 surrender. Because it can be both the most magnificent union and the most toxic union, depending on how the two of you approach it. Quite the deal, Aquarius. I hope this plays out nicely for you. Just keep in mind the mental chatter that you're telling yourself, that you're telling other people about it, and recognize that I'm kind of surprised we didn't get the Magician, because to me that's what that feels like, Magician energy. You can manifest either way. Be sure to check out the Aquarius love reading. I want to say that one is, yeah, that one's already out, the bonus for Aquarius. So I'll link that at the end of this video if you want to take a look at that, since this turned into a love reading. So I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.